Hi everyone, Tim here. I'm excited. I have my M3 Max Macbook Pro, which we're going to talk about. But first, I kind of want to get into the future of my channel. I haven't really been able to upload as many videos as I'd like. If you follow my channel, there's only a couple of you now, but we're going to get up there. I haven't been able to post very many videos regularly, but I do have some health problems that make it difficult for me to get through some of the simple tasks during any given day. I have a chronic pain condition, I have chronic pancreatitis and type 2 diabetes. So, any of you who can relate to having chronic pain or diabetes, which can cause chronic pain, you know how difficult it can be. So, I'd like to not only talk about tech with my channel, I'd like to talk about the lifestyle that comes with it. I want to talk about health, how I use my tech to manage my health, track it, and just how it helps me throughout my day. Technology is such a great thing, and it has gone so far since I last had a real laptop. It's been a few years since I've been able to really get into back into technology, so I'm catching up, but I'm getting there, and I am so happy with this purchase because I've never had an Apple laptop. This is my first MacBook. Technically, I did have an M2 MacBook for a couple weeks, but I thought I would be better off sticking with Windows. I'm more familiar with it, and I wanted something that could play some games. But when Apple announced their Scary Fast event, I waited, and I'm glad I did. I pre-ordered it, got it day one, and I've been thoroughly impressed. This is the M3 Max model. I started out with the Pro, but I did upgrade. It was just a cut within my budget. I upgraded, and I'm glad I did. I don't know if I noticed much of a difference yet, but I know that it is a great computer, and you can watch any. There are a lot of videos out there with the nitty gritty about the specs and things like that. I don't get into very technical things. I'm showing you from the point of view of somebody who's just a regular person who might be just above average in terms of tech knowledge. I do know a thing or two, but it's been a couple years, as I mentioned. This laptop, though, it's beautiful, it's professional. I love the space black color. The fingerprint resistance is great. I have something plugged into it, so I'm not going to unplug it, but the color is great. Purple. I do have a sub case on it. This is not how the laptop looks. I do have a case on it, but it is clear here, so that is the color. And the keyboard is great too. It's the same keyboard from the previous MacBooks, and this does smudge. If you have greasy fingers, you will find them on your keys. The trackpad is great though. It's nice and big. I love that. My last laptop was kind of small and it wasn't very comfortable, but this is, and I didn't know if the 14-inch would be sufficient enough, but like I said, I had the M2 before, so I was familiar with the build, and I love it. I also invested in the Magic Mouse, which I dropped, and I didn't understand what made it so magic before, but it is great. It has gesture features. You can swipe up and down sideways. It's great for scrubbing through your timelines if you're editing videos. I would not recommend it for gaming. If you do plan on gaming with this machine, I would recommend a gaming mouse. I have a mouse from JLab here that I picked up, and this one is really good. It's comfortable and good for gaming. So if you plan on gaming, I would invest in an extra mouse. But the Magic Mouse is great for other things, productivity tasks, which is mainly what I'm doing with my laptop. So normally I'm a Samsung guy. I love Samsung and their products, so this was a big change for me, but not too much. People are afraid of switching from Windows to Apple sometimes, I think, because they're afraid they're going to have to change their whole system, and you really don't. I can access almost anything I regularly use on this laptop, like Google, my Windows apps like Word, or Microsoft apps like Word, Excel, all those things. I also had this installed with the Pro Apps bundle, so I also have those to fiddle around with. And it does have a fingerprint reader. Mine isn't reading right now because my hands are so dry, but I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And it's super snappy, as you can see. Let me go ahead and load something. So I have here battle.net. That's for World of Warcraft. So see, it popped up very quickly. And if I go ahead and press the play button, and this also depends on your Wi-Fi connection, but it loads very quick. And when I log in, I'd have to log in. I'm not going to. But I am going to put on the screen some of my footage of me gaming, just fiddling around. And I'm getting about 120 to 125 FPS and almost no lag. I was very impressed. And if you're going to use this for gaming, it's very capable. It's not going to play your high-end games very well. I don't know. I don't really play much of the games that other reviewers try on here. But if you want some reviews on that, there are lots of videos out there. For me, I just like to do some basic farming every once in a while when I'm bored between projects or tasks in my day. So it's easy to just flip open and pops right up here. And when you do enter a game, the MacBook actually automatically goes into gaming mode. So that's great. You don't have to adjust your settings or anything to play a video game. Just download it, click it, you're good to go. And that's what I love about this laptop. I'll be honest, I'm still on the fence of whether I want to keep it or go back to a Windows laptop, but I am having a very hard time because this has been such a great laptop. If I did switch, it would just be to have something that can handle more games, but I am not lacking in the games department. I have almost every console. You can have the Xbox, PS5, Switch, and many games. So I'm not really worried about that, but it would be nice to have the capability on my laptop to play higher end games if I ever decide to. But for now, I'm extremely impressed. It does what I want, gets the job done. So the battery is great. I get about 4 to 5 hours on heavy use just on the battery, maybe playing some games. If I'm just doing some light work or just basic tasks on my laptop throughout the day, it would last me at least 2, maybe 3 days. So it is a great laptop in terms of battery life as well. And anybody who's had a MacBook knows how great this screen is, the Pro display. It is very nice. It's very smooth. The apps just nicely open, close, or minimize. And I just love playing around with it. Sometimes I've caught myself just sitting and looking at it because it's just so nice. And I'm very impressed. I got my iPhone. That was my first iPhone just a few months ago. And so that kind of got me my foot in the door for the Apple ecosystem. So that also made me more comfortable trying out a MacBook, an Apple laptop, as opposed to a Windows or Android product. So I'm a little bit in both ecosystems. I have the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, which is great and has the Samsung Dex, geez, brain fart, which basically turns it into a Windows laptop. So I do have my foot in the door of both ecosystems, but I love this computer. It is great. It's great to look at. It's comfortable on the eyes. The backlighting on the keys is very nice. The keyboard itself is very nice. It's comfortable and it's not clicky at all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this, but if you can hear it, it's clicky, but that's just because I'm overdoing it. But when I'm regularly typing, I barely have to touch the keys, and it's very nice. Actually, it's a little too nice. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm clicking the buttons correctly or not. But I do. I mean, it's great. It tracks everything you're doing. I really think these computers are trained to learn the user. But I've had a great time with this, and I am not disappointed one bit. So that's all for the laptop. It's been out about a month now, so there are tons of videos out already about different aspects. If you want to get some benchmarks, you're not going to get them here. I don't do that. I am here to show you how I use technology in my daily life, get ideas. I would love to get some ideas from you on how you use your technology. Sometimes I feel like I have so much, I don't know what to do with it, but I do. I find ways to utilize them in my daily life and help me with my tasks throughout the day, especially when I'm not feeling well. And when I'm not feeling well, I can always use it just for recreation, playing video games while I'm in bed or at my desk, whatever. It's great. It's a all-around perfect laptop. I recommend it for anybody and everybody. I mentioned that I am not lacking. I can get to my Google apps, my Gmail, Google Chrome, anything you need on a Windows laptop, you can basically do on this laptop with very little problems. There are a couple things I had to do some workarounds, but no big deal. If you do have Samsung products or anything non-Apple, there's a great app. It's called Duet. And if you have that, it'll allow you to share your screen across devices. So Apple with Android or Windows, so you can use your or if you have a Galaxy tablet like I do, I can use it as a second screen for this. And what's great about it is I can also use my tablet as a second screen and use my pen on the tablet. So that's very neat. I really like that. Duet does have a cost. Depends on which plan you get. The plan I had was about $60 a year. So it is an annual subscription, which is not so bad. So you have time. If you pay it, you don't have to really worry about paying it again for another year. So it is great. Like I said, I would love this channel to become a lifestyle channel. I want to hear your stories, anything and everything. How do you use tech? What tech do you have? How do you use it? And I also want to hear, like I said, this can be lifestyle. I want to share my health problems and use this channel to kind of get my story out there, but I also want to hear your stories. This is going to be a great community, and for those of you who have already subscribed to my channel and watched my videos, thank you. I appreciate it so very much. And I would appreciate a like from those of you who haven't. I hope you stumble across this video, and I look forward to making more videos and get some suggestions from you. I have some other things in the work already, but for now, I'm going to enjoy this MacBook and let's see how it works out for me. Tell me how it's worked out for you if you have one or if you're planning on getting one. If you have any questions just from a basic user, I'm here to help. I consider myself a little above average in terms of tech knowledge, but I'm not an expert. So if you just need some regular advice, regular footage, anything, this is your place to be. And like I said, this is also your place to vent. Tell me your stories, and I would love to hear them. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the future.